Alright guys, good morning and welcome to another Alpha.FX market analysis. We're going to start reviewing last Friday's trade. It was a GBPCHF trade. It was a successful trade, executed almost right away, and then it went all the way to hit TP during the New York session. That wrapped up the week in plus 4 hours. So our last week was a plus 4 hours week. Good. It's very good. So now we head into a very interesting week because on Fridays afternoon, right after market close, Trump came out and basically destroyed the markets by saying that it was going to impose a 100% tariff on China. It melted crypto, it melted the indices, a lot of liquidations everywhere, people committing suicide during the weekend. So it was an interesting and sad weekend for some. For us, we were liquid, so nothing changing, right? Unless you are in position. No trades on the swing orders were executed. One was almost executed, but didn't reach the entry point. It would have gone straight to our TP, by the way. So anyway, let's move on to today's economic calendar, right? Our daily process. I'm gonna start here. Our daily process document. So this was Fridays, right? And this was Fridays? No, this was 9. This was Thursdays. I don't know why it's open. But anyway, let's close it. Ah, no, or yes. Ah, there we go. This is our Fridays. So here was our order. GBPCHF, gold, but the only one, the only trade that order that we said was the GBPCHF here. And as you can see, let's go back to our trading view. It was executed right away and then take profit. Very clean trade, very nice setup, a high probability setup to close the week. Now, let's move on to today. Today, October 13th, my dad's birthday, 76th birthday. Very special day for him and for me. So, now, I didn't fix the mic, let me put it here. There we go. There we go. Better. All right, so let's move on to the economic calendar. All from China, right? So nothing that can affect our trade. Here in Spain we have, in Spain is a non-working day, holiday. I don't know why, but yeah. Now let's move on to relative strength analysis. Gold as per usual. So you see, Bitcoin 111,000 from 120 something. XRP 237 from 3 and something. Ethereum 3, that was a hell of a weekend. We're gonna go over that. Very, very, very violent weekend for everything, right? Okay, let's move on to this. Let's make some money. What do we have as strongest? AUD, USD partially, but AUD is fully green, and gold, right? We could say AUD, we could say NZD, AUD. As another currency, NZD, that they're highly correlated, and gold. And the weakest, by far, our friend JPY. And yeah, CHF is only green against JPY, so we're gonna include it too, right? Let's move on to the Dixie. So I was doing a swing analysis earlier today about the Dixie. So Dixie. So I'm bullish on the dollar. I'm expecting for this. Let's go to the weekly, how the weekly closed. We're not on a monthly or nothing, right? It's bullish above the EMAs, the moving average stories, sorry. Non-commercials, this is not, look, 23 September, it's been a while. So yeah, I'm bullish until we hit this supply zone. We have some way where to go. If you want to check my swing trading analysis on the dollar future, this is what I expect on the higher time frame, right? This is daily. So going back here, this is a go, no. And on the 16 hours, what is this on the 4 hour, 8 hour? Okay, it is a good demand area. Okay, but we're not here to predict the Dixie, we are here to analyze the Dixie. And so I expect that for today, we have this range ahead of us. Okay, let's analyze from a market structure perspective, right? We're doing higher highs and higher lows. On a daily, we're bullish. 16-hour bullish, 10-hour bullish, 4-hour bullish, 4-hour barely bullish. We almost broke that low. Okay, 1 hour sideways. After we broke down, so look, we were here. This was supposed to be a higher low, and it broke down. So we could say we are bearish on the hourly, right? Kind of sideways, consolidating, but on an overall uptrend, right? So let's put the 4-hour there. Let's put the 4-hour there. Right here, boom. Dixie. Let's go here, boom. So we are bullish. Significant low. Okay, so basically it's proceed with caution. Now, the structures: AUDJPY, NCDJPY, AUDCHF, NCDCHF. AUDJPY, NCDJPY, AUDCHF, NCDCHF. Gold. Alright, so let's start with AUDJPY, what we have in the horizon. So let me put this and check now. AUDJPY, we're gonna remove this one, already traded. Let's go to Australian dollar JPY. What do we have? Woo! Might this be Trump's tweet? Oh, Trump's tweet? No, Trump's statement. Of course, it's Trump's statement. Why is Trump's statement? Because Australia and China are major commercial partners. So of course it destroyed the Australian dollar to bounce back after Trump during the weekend said, oh, I'm not that serious. Anyway. Difficult chart, right? Look, we had the gap of the Japanese Prime Minister gap up, only to melt down, fill the gap partially, and now gap up again. Holy. All right. So many gaps. Volatility is good, but this amount of and this degree of volatility is kind of heavy. So we're expecting to go higher. We are kind in an up. Okay, so daily we are uptrending period. On the H4 we are bouncing from this gap and from the weekend's meltdown, and now we don't have any other supply area than here, right? What is that? Okay. So this is the supply area we are heading to, and this is the supply area we could trade. Let's include this one. Boom. Let's put that trade in. I don't think it's going to be executed, right? But to be honest, but let's put it in just for the sake of it. It's going to go like so. It's because all this is thin air, so yeah. But I'm not going lower in any time frame. So let me move this a little bit. No. Let me see. 26, and this is 20. So if we have 26 pips stop loss, this should go 27. Let's put it a little bit there, so we have, there we go, and this one should go there. Okay, that's our trade for today in the Aussie JPY inputs. Let's put it here, and we put the entire screen. So that's our trade on the AUDJPY. I like it. If you ask me, I like it, right? Unless Trump's come out and says something that we are not expecting again. Now, let's move on to our NZD-JPY. Same but different, right? Same but different, but look at this. We are not that bullish here, so yeah. Look, in fact, we are downtrending. Low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. We have a supply area, boom. We may do go for a lower low. So I do think it's gonna get here, but yeah, don't like it. I don't know why this shit is not going away. Let's put it again. All right. There you go. Now AUDCHF. AUDJPY. So AUDJPY is timeframes. All right, so AUDCHF, let's go guys, let's go. AUDJPY, let's put this one there. It's actually a, no, it's actually a, let me see. Day open order, yeah, day open order. Day open order, there we go. It's a day open order. I truly like this trade, to be honest. I truly like it. Let me just set that trade on right now. Just a second, guys. Okay. Let me put the AUDJPY trade now. Let's close everything. AUDJPY, new chart. Forex minors, AUDJPY. Let's see what are the trade parameters. We had them right here. 99, 1, 2, no. 99, 1, 2, 7. Okay, 1, 2, 8. 98, 848, 4, 5, and then we'll. Perfect. Okay, let's go. Now, no. Let's continue with our analysis. AUDCHF, right, is the next one. AUDCHF. AUDCHF. So AUDCHF. We're gonna, this is all air. But look at this, we're bearish, so let's put a screen cap just pointing that the only thing that we will do here will be shorting, not longing. Not longing this. NCD-CHF, I imagine, is exactly the same, even worse, because NCD was weaker than AUD, and as expected. So just for you to remember, we don't trade against major trends. It's not worth it. We don't need to. We have plenty of opportunities to trade with the trend, so. And gold, let's go. Gold. As clean as it can be, as overextended as it can be. My God, look at this. Look at this. And I went for the, look at this. And I went for the for the safer one, right? Of course, we don't have a higher time for coverage, so if we want to go long gold, we should long it right here. We could, let me see this one. Yeah. And we can put the wider version if we want to. Yeah, maybe the wider version. We're in all-time highs, but we know gold can just keep on going, right? The question is, would we put our hard-earned money behind this trade? Good question, right? Good question. I think my trade would be this one. That would be. Let's imagine we put this one. Our stop loss go all the way here, down here. Take profit up all the way. That is a long. Let's see in days. Why are we not seeing it in days? On the daily. Ah, there we go. Oh, actually, it can be. It's gold, right? Let's go. Okay, so. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Today's Monday. Yeah, I think this, considering it's the start of the week, it's worth it. So, we're gonna put this one in both some position in our different code. If we have the low probability of picking up a reversal point, is what it is. It's part of the game, right? So here, uptrending and overextended. Uptrending. Here, retest and goes, yeah. RBS structure. So if you're wondering what is RBS, RBS stands for resistance becomes support, right? If you look at here, let me show you in the charts. Here it was, we have a resistance, right? 1, 2, 3, and it couldn't. You see, it was testing, and I got it, and suddenly it could break above and close above. So now what I'm waiting for is for this to do a little push, then come back, test, and then continues the uptrend. That's what I'm waiting for, and that's exactly what I think is gonna happen. Just beautiful. Put this here. Let's go to our document, and so this is our order. So AUDJPCHF, AUDJPCHF, and XAUUSD. All right, so we have the two orders right there, right? AUDJPCHF. Yeah. Pretty clean trades for today. If nothing comes out of like a black swan, and we get executed, the orders get triggered. It should be like a low resistance path or take profits. But yeah, so what I mean low resistance is that you don't have any supply areas, neither minor, right? Because sometimes you have this displacement and then you go down in time frames and you have like really choppy price action, but this was like very violent. So yeah, and gold, if well, it's over extended to the upside. We are still bullish across all time frames and acting as no, that's pretty deviation is also protected by for our H4 imbalance for our and for our maze will be catching up to price around the entry level. Yeah. All right. That would be all for today. We have those two orders. And now let's see how the week starts. Trade safe, follow your plan, and be enough at everything you do. See you guys